So good evening, everyone, and welcome to Courage to Caregivers for Monday, September 7th. Tonight we are starting a new month, and the theme for this month is called Attitude. The topic for tonight is persistence. And so what is persistence? Persistence, according to the definition, is a trait that allows someone to continue to do something or try to do something even though it's difficult or opposed by other people. Persistence is the ability to continue to get up no matter how many times you've been knocked down. It requires willpower, flexibility, strength of character and determination, and a desire to work towards a goal. But so much for definitions, right? I don't have to tell you what persistence is all about. You are caregivers. You are writing the book on persistence with each and every step of your caregiving journey. You are the one that is supporting your loved ones. I don't have to tell you it's not easy. You already know. Everything you do requires persistence, effort, and a whole lot of grace. In our yoga and breathing and meditation practice, we are learning to explore that fine line between effort and ease. We're learning how to strike that balance between the two, and it's a very fine line. We know that when we force or push ourselves beyond our comfort zone, let's say, for example, in a yoga posture, it can result in discomfort or injury. Yet it's also good to sometimes challenge ourselves and find that edge. I remember long ago, I'm going to date myself, Jane Fonda was a aerobics teacher. She had quite a presence in the aerobics world. And, she had the headband and the leg warmers and the whole thing. And she was all about feeling the burn. Remember that? Maybe that was too extreme, right? But I think what she was trying to say is it's okay to kind of bring yourself to a little bit of an edge. The key is you have to know where that edge is. We don't want to go too far in either direction, right? So how do you discover where that subtle place of expansion is, that place of ease? Well, it's an ongoing exploration, as is all parts of our lives, I think. And we are focusing on that skill of awareness each time we meet. So it's helpful to ask ourselves these questions. What am I feeling right now in the present moment? What am I holding? What do I need to release? What no longer serves me? Where am I holding tension? In what part or parts of the body? Am I holding tension in the breath? Am I holding tension in my mind? Why is this showing up? Has there been a cause and effect that would prompt this? And how can I stay focused on my tasks and on my goal? What modifications can I make in order to make room for ease in my routine? What can I choose for myself in terms of self-care, breathing techniques, and mindful movement? What can I choose to enable me to strike that balance between pushing through and persistence? What motivates me to keep going? So these are all things that we can ask ourselves. Remember, it's easier to continue anything if you have a why. Why am I doing this? So I have a question for you. Is there someone or something that you could breathe for today? Is there someone or something that you can breathe for today? Can you also take the time to breathe for yourself? So as you demonstrate persistence every day of your journey, remember the story of the oxygen mask. And that is, you're on an airplane, those oxygen masks drop down from the ceiling. You have to put that mask on yourself first before you give it to someone else. So you have to help yourself first before you help someone else to breathe. And by doing so, that means taking care of you. Taking care of you first. Okay? Having said that, Let's do a little breathing today. So I'd like you to find a nice, comfortable position on your chair there. Feet on the floor, knees bent and at about a 90-degree angle, something where you feel nice and aligned from your seat down to the floor. And then take a moment just to roll your shoulders up to your ears and let them settle softly back down again. Palms can be face down on the lap, or they can be with palms facing up towards the sky, your choice. And then find the little lift through the crown of the head here. And take a moment to gently close the eyes or leave them at a soft gaze. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And just letting all the tensions of the day float away. Any thoughts or concerns that you have, I invite you just to leave them behind for this next hour and just concentrate on you and the slowing down of your body, mind, and spirit, because our goal is to come to a more relaxed state of being, of well-being, I should say. So just breathing here, breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then start to do a little body scan, starting at the top of the head and going all the way down to the toes, just asking yourself, where am I holding tension today? Where am I holding tension? In what part of the body? Neck, shoulders, low back, hips. It could be anywhere. Just notice where that tension is and then breathe into that tense area. I promise you it will soften and expand. Good. Good. And now start to deepen the breath just a little bit. So instead of concentrating on that breath entering and exiting through the nose, I want you to drop that breath down into the belly so that the action of the breath is actually coming from the low belly. So when you breathe in, belly comes out. When you exhale, the belly contracts back towards the spine. And that is a very important muscle, that abdominal muscle, to hone in on and to control. We can control it. And so just allow that muscle to work for you in this wonderful, curious, unique dance of the breath. Breathing in through the belly and releasing the breath through the belly. Good, and as you breathe, really, really filling up that belly with air. And as you exhale, letting it all go as if you were letting air out of a full balloon. Just very slowly, one tiny little breath at a time. Good. Awesome. And then through the breath, with the breath as your anchor, practice the technique of going inwards. So we're leaving everything on the outside that does not serve us and going inward where we find our own embodied spirit, the we or the us or the you that rests deep within. And just allow you to go within and find yourself. Be curious about that exploration. Just allow yourself to be right here, right now, for yourself, for you. Good, and as you are nice and relaxed and the breath is deeper and you are going more inward, I'm going to read our affirmations for tonight's practice. As you are aware, affirmations are words of positivity that we say to ourselves. And when we say them over and over, they begin to resonate and make themselves at home within our mind and our body. I can do anything I put my mind to. My persistence and perseverance offer me great rewards. With a commitment to daily action toward my goal, success is possible. Good. Just take a couple more breaths here. Allowing yourself to soften even more in any area that may still be holding any remaining tension. Good. And then when you're ready, you can open the eyes. And we're going to do a little breath of fire tonight. So persistence requires focus. When we require focus, we have to raise our energy level just a little bit. So we're going to employ breath of fire. And you may remember what this looks like. It is a normal inhale in and then a very quick exhale. And when you exhale, you're using that low belly that we just used a few moments ago to breathe in and out. So we're going to inhale normally and exhale with a, so you can watch me again. I'll put it together. It looks something like this. And so that's coming from the low belly. You should literally feel your belly moving in and out. So we're going to take a round of breath of fire for 15 breaths, and we'll do 5 rounds. In between each round, we will stop a moment, hold the breath, and then take a cleansing breath in and a cleansing breath out, and then begin the other round. Do not worry, I'm going to be counting with you. You're going to be fine. I do want to say before we begin that if anybody has any asthma or cardiovascular issues or even something like glaucoma, this may not be the breathing practice for you. I just want to tell you that ahead of time. If that's the case, choose any breathing technique you would like and breathe in that manner, okay? And so just to get ready, let's roll the shoulders up to the ears one more time, getting nice and aligned here. I'm going to go ahead and put my stopwatch on, so give me just a moment. Stopwatch. Good. And so take a breath in, cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out, and then begin. And stop. Pause, hold the breath. Take a cleansing breath in and a big breath out. Let it out through the mouth. Good. That's round 1. We're going to begin round 2. And so once again, cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out, and begin. And stop. Hold. Pause the breath. Inhale, cleansing breath, and exhale, let the breath go. Round 3. Here we go. Cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out, and begin. And stop. Hold the breath. Pause. Cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out. Here comes round 4. Cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out, and begin. And stop. Hold the breath. Cleansing breath in, and let it out through the mouth. Good. Last round of breath of fire. You should be feeling nice and energized now. So let's begin with a cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out, and breath of fire begin. And stop. Hold the breath. Pause. Cleansing breath in and cleansing breath out through the mouth. Let it all go. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of mindful movement here. I invite you to come down onto the floor. So if you have a blanket or a yoga mat that you'd like to sit on, I'm going to just move my camera so that you can see me a little bit better. Give me just a moment. Good. So coming down onto the floor here, find a yoga seat. So in a yoga seat, we sit with our legs crossed, one leg in front of the other. And then we sit with a nice tall spine, just like we do when we're sitting in a chair. Taking a moment to distribute our weight from one side to the other so that you're not holding any weight on either side. You want to be balanced. Good. And we're going to try some Kundalini practices, warming up the body today. Kundalini is the energizing yoga. And we will begin by, first of all, bringing a little heat into our practice. So we're going to rub our hands together, rubbing palms together, creating a little heat, creating a little friction. Good. And then just place your palms over your eyes for just a moment. And just breathe here. Good. Release the hands. Place hands on the hips. We're going to begin some Sufi circles. So we're circling from the waist, allowing your sits bones to sit down on the floor, on your mat or your blanket. So when you come up and go around, make sure you're rooted into the earth here. Allow your head and your neck, your upper body to travel with you as you move. Good. Warming up the spine. And then I invite you to go in the other direction. Beautiful. Good, and then come to stillness. I'm going to do some shoulder shrugs. So here's what this looks like. We're going to pair this with the breath. So inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, bring the shoulders down. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, float them back down. But we're going to do it in the Kundalini fashion, which looks something like this. So once again, you're employing that breath of fire, which is your normal inhale and your short, snappy exhale, pairing that with the movement of the shoulders. So let's begin on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, begin. Stop. Take a big inhale here and let it out with a sigh. Good, very good. Good, and now we're just going to take some gentle circles with the neck. So just circling the head, the neck, the upper shoulders, just moving that head around, looking for those tight places. If you're finding places of tension, just breathe into those spaces and allow them to soften and settle. And as always, if there are places of tension and your neck is talking back to you, then just make your circles smaller. Good. Beautiful, everyone. Good, and then come to stillness. Meet me in neutral here. I'm going to place our hands on our shoulders, and the elbows will come up alongside of us so that your upper arms are parallel with the floor. So you're making sort of a nice little windmill here. And so we're going to inhale to the left, so twisting our upper body to the left, and then exhale, twisting to the right. And again, we're going to employ that breath of fire. So it looks something like this. Okay? And so to the count of 3, we're going to begin. 1, 2, 3, inhale left, exhaling right. Come to stillness, stop, place your hands back on your lap, close the eyes, and just breathe here. Good. Once again, finding that place within, that place of ease. Excellent. Now we're going to extend our arms out in front of us. So fingers are interlaced here. Arms are out straight in front of us. And then with your thumbs, you're going to make a V. Can everybody see my thumbs here? And so you're going to take a look through the base of that V. And this is called woodchopper breath. So we're going to inhale, raising arms overhead, and exhale, chopping that wood. And your gaze, your focus is going to be between those thumbs that are in the V shape here. So arms extended, I'll do that again for you. Inhaling as the arms come up, exhaling, so you're letting the breath out with a ch. So again, inhaling up, exhale, ch. And we're going to put that together for a round of 10 breaths. So let's go. Ch, 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 ch. Come to stillness. Close the eyes. Take a couple mindful breaths here. Good. Awesome. Excellent. Now we're going to do just some butterfly legs here. So sitting with our legs crossed, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So heels are together, toes are together, the whole of the foot is together. And we're going to sit with our spine nice and tall. And you can either hold on to the tops of your feet or to your ankles or the shins, wherever you feel the most comfortable, trying to get a little lift in the spine here. And we're just going to begin to butterfly the legs. Nice and easy, as if the wings of a butterfly were beating right there with you. Good. And if you want to, you can put a breath to this. So breathing in when the legs come up, breathing out when the legs go down. You can do this at your own pace, making it as fast or as slow as you would like. And then just start to take a little rock from side to side here. So just allowing yourself to move back and forth on your mat, sitting bone to sitting bone, rocking a little side to side. Awesome. Good. And then coming to stillness here, we're going to bring the legs out long. This is our last posture before we rest. So we're going to bring the legs out long in front of you, sitting up nice and straight and tall, shoulders back, a little bit of lift in the chest and the crown of the head. And then we're going to inhale, taking our gaze upward, taking our arms up, and we're going to exhale, folding down over the legs like a waterfall. But we're not going to stay there. We're going to allow ourselves to flow. So coming back up as we inhale, raising arms up overhead, exhale, coming down over the legs, and then allow your hands to move up the body towards you as you bring the arms up once again. And I invite you to do this about 10 times on your own. Good. And whenever you are finished with the leg extension, forward fold there, I invite you to take a few moments to find your comforts for this evening's rest. Pillows, blankets, whatever you need to bring yourself into just the right atmosphere in your sanctuary there. And of course, if you are using candles or you want to lower your lights, take a moment to do whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. Okay? I'm going to return to my chair. Good. Just find your comforts, get settled in. Good. And if you are lying down, I invite you to get nice and long on your blanket or your mat, extending the legs out, maybe bringing them out so that they're more than a hip distance apart, and snuggling the shoulder blades underneath of you so that you're nice and grounded into the earth. Feeling your whole back body settling into your mat, the floor. And then placing your arms down at your sides, resting them palms down or palms lifted, or even bringing them to your low belly, whatever would feel good to you in this present moment. And as you settle in, go ahead and close the eyes and begin to take a moment or two to reconnect with your breath, just using that breath as your anchor, as always, to tether you to this present moment. Good, and take a nice in-breath in and a nice big exhale out. Breathing in and breathing out, and allow that breath to fill you and fill every cell in your body. Good, and now we're going to start at the top of the head and begin a body scan. I'm going to bring your awareness to various parts of the body. And when I mention them by name, you will draw your attention there for just a moment or two, and then go on to the next as I guide you with my voice. If at any time during this practice you want to just fall asleep and lose the sound of my voice, that's totally fine. I want you to relax and really sink into your period of rest here. And so, starting at the top of the head, find a softness in the face, behind the eyes, and all the muscles in the face. That tension-filled forehead, just let all that tension go. And the cheeks, the temples, and the jaw, let all that tension float away right now. Good. And then allow that awareness to come down in through your throat. Allow your throat to feel open and expanded. And then bring your awareness to the right shoulder. Let it hover there for just a few breaths. And then let it move down into the right upper arm, the elbow, the forearm, wrist, and hand, the top of the hand, and the palm of the hand, and all the fingers of the right hand, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, so that from the fingers of the right hand all the way up to your right shoulder, your whole right arm is relaxed. Breathe into that sense of relaxation in the right arm. Moving your awareness down now to the left shoulder and the left upper arm, left elbow, forearm, wrist, and hand, and the top of the hand and the palm of the hand, and all the fingers of the left hand, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, so that all the fingers of the left hand all the way up to the left shoulder, your whole left arm is completely relaxed. Both arms are completely and totally relaxed. Breathe into that knowing. Good. And then allowing your awareness to travel down to your right hip. Breathing some expansion into that hip. And then follow the breath down to the right thigh, the right knee, the shin, the ankle, and the right foot, the top of the foot and the sole of the foot, and all the toes of the right foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe, so that from the toes of the right foot all the way up to the right hip, your right leg is completely relaxed. Breathe into this knowing. Good, and then allow your awareness to travel to the left hip, the left thigh, and the left knee, the shin, the ankle, the foot, the top of the foot and the sole of the foot, and all the toes of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe, so that from the toes of the left foot all the way up to the left hip, your left leg is completely relaxed. Both legs are completely and totally relaxed. Breathe into this knowing. Very good. And now let's concentrate on the back body and all the points of contact with your body on the earth beneath you. Back of the heels, back of the calves, the thighs, the buttocks, low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, shoulder blades, back of the head. Your whole back body is relaxed. Your whole back body is completely and totally relaxed. Breathe into this knowing. And lastly, the front body and all the points of your front body that shine towards the sky. The feet, the ankles, the shins and the knees, the thighs, the low pelvis, the hips, the low belly, the upper belly, the chest, the ribs, and the heart. Your heart, your generous, caregiving heart, the heart that gives and gives to all those in your care each and every day. Take a moment to breathe some appreciation into that beautiful, caring heart of yours. Your whole front body is relaxed. Breathe into this knowing. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is now completely and totally relaxed. Rest your body. Rest your mind. Rest your spirit. Just simply rest. Very gently and with great care, begin to bring your awareness back to the body, perhaps starting to invite in a little movement, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe gathering your knees and hugging them into your chest, or taking a full body stretch, raising your arms up overhead and extending your legs out long, just trying to stretch from the toes to the fingertips. Whatever your body is craving right now, go ahead and take a few moments to give yourself that time. And then instead of coming to seated tonight, I invite you to just roll to one side, making a little pillow for your head with your elbow. And just rest there while I read some closing quotations for tonight. This one is from Winston Churchill, and he says, "If you are going through hell, keep going." And the next one is from Albert Einstein. "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with the problems longer." And finally, this is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. "That which we persist in doing becomes easier to do. Not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that our power to do has increased." Good, and I invite you now to press yourself back up into a seated position. Good, I hope everyone has had a little bit of good, deep rest this evening. I invite you to float your arms up overhead, taking your gaze up to your hands, and then bringing the hands down to your heart. Take your gaze down to your fingertips for just a moment or two. And think about all the ways that you practice persistence each and every day. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. And we share that acknowledgement when we say Namaste. Thank you all. It was great to see your faces, and I'll see you again next Monday. Have a great support group.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
If you haven't already, can you send me your outgoing